Let's talk about your nutrition. Nutrition can feel like an absolute minefield because there's just so many contradictions out there. There's things from low carb diets to low fat diets, and both of them claim they can get you exactly the same goals. And then on one side of the spectrum, we have vegans who eat only plants and can show you blood work that will boast it's a really healthy diet. But then on the other side of the spectrum, we have the carnivore diet who can do exactly the same. They can show you blood works that they are super healthy. So essentially, what does that mean for us? Well, it means that almost everything works, which is great because it frees us up to do what works for us. It means that we can stop trying to fit our lifestyles into a diet and let the diet fit into our lifestyle. And I'd almost want to get rid of that thought of diets. I want you to think of them more as tools. They're tools to get us to the goal that we want. And the tool is going to have to change as our metabolism changes, as our where we're at in life changes. But first of all, let's just go back to basics. Let's keep it simple and let's have a look at what everyone can agree on. I would say there's 4 things that everybody can agree on, and we're going to look at 4 of them, and then I'm going to add my own bonus point today. First of all, what we need to know is calories count. Even if you don't count your calories, your body's counting your calories. So calories count. That is number 1. And calories, not only the calories that we consume count, but the calories we burn, they count too. Because let's respect calories for what they are. Let's actually look at them, and it is our fuel. Calories are the fuel that keep our lights on. They're the fuel that keeps our engine running, and the fuel that makes us feel just energetic and feel like we can do things. If we really drastically cut the fuel, our body is gonna realize that, and it's almost gonna shut down. It's gonna shut down some of the processes and really lower our metabolism. It's also just gonna make us feel really lethargic and just like we don't really want to do anything and just but sit and just try and recover because we just have no energy. So calories out count calories in count to make our calories out count as well. So sometimes we can end up chasing our tails as we drive our calories through the floor trying to lose weight. Then we can also drive our calories that we burn through the floor. So we're working really, really hard for no actual show for it because we're just chasing our tail in that respect. So it's not to say that you should count calories, that calories count, but just be aware of what your calories are because it's going to depend on your goal and what you do in life to how many calories that you should have. If you're looking to improve your performance, then calories count because more calories mean you have more energy and you can perform better on a sports field or in whatever sport you compete in. Whereas calories count if you're trying to lose weight because, less calories generally means you'll lose weight. But as I said, don't forget it's a two-sided coin, that calories in will affect your calories out, and calories out matter just as much, if not sometimes more, because it can improve our cardiovascular system, it can add muscle, which will improve our tone and our body shape, and not only just make it a smaller body shape, but a better body shape for what we're looking to achieve. So, first point every diet can agree in, or every tool can agree in, is that calories count. And that doesn't matter if it's restricting when you eat your calories, or how you eat your calories, or what calories you eat, calories count. The second thing that all diets and all kind of tools agree on is that whole foods are greater than processed foods. Whole foods, these are what your foods look like when you'd get them essentially from the land or a farm or wherever you would get that food source from. So carrot, that's a whole food. Chicken breast, that's a whole food. Apple, that's a whole food. Whereas I guess chicken nuggets, that's a processed food. A apple pie, that would also be considered processed food. So the more you kind of do to that food, and the less it looks like the foods that we started with, the more kind of processed the food is. And why is that important? Well, processing our foods generally get rid of a lot of the nutrients. Most nutrients are water soluble, so a lot of them get washed out in the cooking processes and the hydrating and dehydrating processes. It also gets rid of all the fibre through the same processes, and these are two really important things. Fibre makes us feel fuller for longer, meaning we'll consume less calories but still feel like we have the same amount of energy because we're still kind of filling our stomach in, which kind of takes care of that first point of calories count. It's also going to have more proteins in there. Generally, processed foods are full of carbs and full of fats because they're really palatable, and it just means we can consume more of them without even thinking. So there's loads of reasons why whole foods are better than processed foods, but generally it's because whole foods gives us more nutrients and more nutrients for less calories, and that's going to help us perform better, make us feel better, have more energy so we can burn more calories. But it also comes with the added benefit is they usually come with less calories, because have you ever tried to eat like 3 apples in one sitting? It is hard work to do so, whereas I don't know, an entire box of donuts or 3 donuts, that's easy to just plow on without thinking, and then maybe regret later if we feel horrible or just, a bit lethargic. So this is a really easy low-hanging fruit to kind of change, is to try and get rid of the processed foods in our diet. So our cakes, our biscuits, our donuts, our Chinese, our cereal for breakfast, just general takeaways, our ready-made meals, all those things. If we get rid of all that low-hanging fruit and replace it with, I guess pun intended, fruit, nuts, vegetables, just whole meats that will come with its own, nutrients and high in protein, high in fibre. All these things are just generally going to make us healthier. So that's going to be our challenge this week, is eating more whole foods in our diet and trying to get rid of the processed foods. If we do that, we're going to be most of the way there to eating healthier and being healthier. The other thing, our bonus one here, is hydration. If you are well hydrated, then again you're going to have more energy. You're not going to need to consume as much, because sometimes our body confuses hunger with hydration. You're going to be able to perform better on a sports field because your concentration is going to be better, your reaction speed is going to be better. You're just going to be able to utilize your energy and your calories and things like that better, because you've got more water and more hydration in the system to help with that. So let's focus on our whole foods and be aware of how much water we're consuming. So those are the two kind of main things we'll want to focus on this week, and that's going to take care of the calories counting. You just need to be aware of that today. The main thing we'll want to focus on is increasing those whole foods and decreasing those processed foods. That brings me to the final 2 points. Number 1 is consistency. If we are going to struggle with our diet because we're battling uphill, because it's just, we've decided to go, I guess we've decided to go vegan, but we're really craving meats and, just animal products, eggs and dairy or things like that, then vegan isn't the choice for you, because you're going to do it for a while, but, you're really going to struggle. Obviously, if you're doing it for moral reasons, so like environmental or religious, or just, don't want to consume animals reasons, then definitely go with that. Even though it's difficult, your morals is gonna keep your morale up to just keep consistently doing that. But generally, you want to find something you're going to be consistent at doing. And then the final point is listen to your conscience. Generally, just because something has nature in its title or diet in its title doesn't make it healthier. So if you have to ask yourself twice, should I really be having this? Is this actually healthy? Then your conscience is probably right. It probably knows that you shouldn't be having that cereal bar, even though it's marketed as a health food. Or you shouldn't be having that diet or low fat or whatever it is, ready-made meal, because it's still a ready-made processed meal that isn't going to fill you up. It doesn't have a huge amount of nutrients in it. So ask your conscience and listen to your conscience of whether you should be eating it or not, and that will generally get you 50% of the way. The other 50%, definitely come and ask me. Send me a message, Let me know if you have a question to whether you should eat that food or not that food, and look in the program that I've sent you, and that will tell you as well. I've got a list of whole foods in there. Generally any vegetable, you can eat almost any vegetable you like. Any fruit, probably good as well, but I'd definitely start with vegetables. And any whole meat, even the higher fat red meats can definitely be a part of a really healthy diet. And the lean chickens and oils and healthy fish and stuff like that, that's all in healthy diets. So consult the program and the sheet that I've given you. Message me if you have a question more specific on, can I actually specifically eat this food? Is this healthy because it's marketed as so? Let me know. But try and consume less processed foods, more whole foods, keep well hydrated, and that is going to get you 80% towards your goals. Even if we don't think too much about calories, you're going to feel better, you're going to move better, and then we can refine your diet so that it is the best one for you. So enjoy your week, let me know how you get on, and I'll see you soon.